Greetings, Healthy Voice listeners. This week, I want to talk about something that most voice teachers never address, and that I think is one of the most important and underrecognized reasons why people struggle to find a free voice. Posture. Not posture in the old-fashioned balance a book on your head sense. Posture as a nervous system response. Posture as a language the body speaks when the mouth isn't allowed to. Posture is one of the primary ways that chronic threat leaves a mark on the instrument. 2 articles recently went out on my Substack covering both sides of this, both the collapse and the overcorrection. This episode is the conversation that connects them. Let me start with something foundational that most people don't fully understand. The voice does not live in the throat. The fuel of the voice is breath, and breath requires a body that can open. The rib cage must expand. The belly must be able to drop. The upper back, the trapezius, the rhomboids, the muscles between the shoulder blades must be flexible enough to allow the torso to move in all directions. When those structures are compressed, constricted, or held in chronic tension, the breath is compromised before a single sound is even produced. The motor is running at reduced capacity, and no technique, no matter how well taught, will fully compensate for a body that cannot breathe freely. This is why posture is a voice issue. The posture is part of the instrument. When the nervous system perceives danger, any danger, whether it's a physical threat or the chronic emotional threat of living with someone who is unpredictable, controlling, or abusive, it responds with a protective posture. The shoulders come forward to shield the vital organs. They rise toward the ears to protect the neck. The chest closes, the spine curves. The body tries to take up less space. This is evolutionary intelligence, not weakness. We did not evolve to live alone in apartments in the digital age. We evolved in tribal systems where expulsion from the group meant certain death. And if the tribal authority, in this case, a parent, a partner, a teacher, a community, is continuously angry or threatening, the body responds as if survival is at stake. Because for most of our human history, it was. And when that threat is chronic, the protective posture stops being a response and starts being the resting state. The body has decided, below conscious choice, that this is the safer shape to be in. You stop knowing you're hunching because this has simply become the shape of you. What does this do to the voice? It traps it. The resonators in the chest are dampened. The throat carries the tension of the shoulders and upper back. The sound that emerges is thinner, tighter, produced with more effort than it should require. And underneath the mechanics, the posture is still sending the signal. The body is still saying, I am small. I am not a threat. Please don't come for me. A voice trying to be heard cannot fully emerge from a body still asking to not be found. But not everyone responds to chronic threat by shrinking. Some people do the opposite. They stand very straight. They hold themselves deliberately upright. They project something formidable, consciously or not, because they learned that going unnoticed did not protect them, that making themselves larger was actually the safer bet. And this is also a trauma response. It's just less recognized. The difference is in what the body feels like from the inside. Grounded posture, the kind that emerges from a nervous system that actually feels safe, has a quality of effortlessness. The spine is long without being rigid. The shoulders are back without being gripped. It rests. Performative uprightness does not rest. There is gripping in the lower back, tension in the abdomen holding the spine in place rather than allowing it to simply be there. The shoulders may be back, but they're often too high. And chronically elevated shoulders create tension that travels up into the neck and the skull. This is one of the most underrecognized sources of chronic headaches. And the face. People performing uprightness carry enormous tension in the face without knowing it. The jaw is slightly set, the tongue pressed against the roof of the mouth, the brow is not quite released, and none of it is conscious. All of it is the body maintaining a performance. What does this do to the voice? The hunched posture compresses the breath mechanism. The performative posture surrounds the voice with tension. The jaw, the tongue, the neck, all the structures that the voice needs to be soft in order to resonate freely are held. The voice becomes controlled rather than free, precise rather than warm, technically impressive sometimes, but without the quality that actually moves people. Here's what I tell my students. There is a shape between collapsed and performed, between hiding and overcompensating. It is quieter than both of them. When you first find it, it often feels like you've disappeared because the performing body has been so loud for so long that neutrality reads as absence. And that feeling is important information. It means you found something real. You can find it right now. Roll your shoulders up toward your ears slowly, and then back, then down, and then forward again, and do this 2 or 3 times, rolling up, back, down. Notice what releases. Let your jaw fall open, not stretched, just slack, just released. Let gravity take it. Now take a breath, not a performance breath, a lazy breath. Let the belly drop. Let the ribs expand sideways. This is the difference. Not a position you hold, a position you rest in. This is what we are working toward in all of this. Not the posture of someone who wants to appear strong, but the posture of someone who has become gradually and genuinely less afraid. And when the body arrives there, the voice does too. I have 2 questions for you this week. First, when you feel threatened, what shape does your body take? Before the thought, before the words, what do the shoulders do? What about the chest and the jaw? Second, are you a shrinker or a stiffener? Or do you move between the two depending on who's in the room? Notice it this week and write about what you find. Or better yet, do a walk and talk, voice journal, talk about what you find out. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Both articles from this week are up on Substack. Links are in the description. There are also videos coming out to support the practices in these articles, so subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss them. If you're ready to do this work with support, private sessions are open. The voice liberation method is available. The Healthy Voice community is where we practice this work together on a weekly and daily basis. And the Vocal Recess archive is there for anyone who wants to build a daily practice that doesn't feel like a chore. I'll put all the links in the description. Keep going because the world needs your unique voice.